Traxxas, level 37 upgrade. So today I'm going to be installing the RPM Wheelie Bar mount. This of course was donated to me by Genesis RC. Thanks a ton, Pip. Guys, let's go ahead and get this installed. So the wheelie bar mount is held together with 4 screws, but first we have to slide everything into position. We just go ahead and push it in like that, and then we put 2 screws on this side and 2 screws on this side. Now lucky for me, I had some leftover stainless steel screws, so I went ahead and used those instead. If you're wondering about the measurement, they were 15 millimeters long. Now it's time to go ahead and remove the wheelie bar. It's held on with 3 screws. We have 1 on this side and 2 on this side. Once those screws are out of the way, you can easily slide off the wheelie bar. Now when you slide on the new wheelie bar mount, you're going to see that it doesn't connect in just 3 screws, it connects with 5. We have 3 on this side and 2 on this side. So, one that connects to the top of the gearbox cover right here, the next screw on this, which is the same as before. Then we have these 2, which are the same before, but this one is extra, and you can see that it completely grinds up against my motor heatsink. So I'm going to have to go ahead and take this off and file that down so I can put this on. So to make this all the more easier to install, I'm going to go ahead and remove the motor. In order to do that, I need to get through the gearbox cover. It's held on with 2 screws, 1 on top and 1 on bottom. After that, I'm going to go ahead and remove the pinion gear. It's held on with a single grub screw. Just going to loosen it up and slide it off. Last but not least, I need to go ahead and remove the 2 motor mount screws. And now the motor can come out. So before I install the new motor mount, I need to go ahead and remove this screw. And now I can install the new wheelie bar mount. So, I'm going to be using stainless steel screws. For the bottom screw, I'm going to be using a 25 millimeter. For this top screw, I'm going to be using a 30 millimeter. For this middle one, I'm going to be using a 20 millimeter. For this side, I'm going to be using a 10 millimeter. Now, I can go ahead and reinstall the motor. First of all, I just need to slide into position and reinstall the 2 motor mount screws. I don't want to tighten those screws all the way down because I still need to reinstall the pinion gear. I'm going to go ahead and face this grub screw towards the flat side of the shaft for the motor. And then I'm going to line up the pinion gear with the spur gear and then tighten down the grub screw. After that, I'm going to go ahead and feed a piece of paper in between the 2 gears. Push them as much as they possibly can go together and then tighten down the 2 motor mount screws. Once that's taken care of, I can go ahead and remove the piece of paper. Now I can go ahead and reinstall the gearbox cover. Remember, it's held in with 2 screws, but I'm only going to be using the original bottom one. For this top hole, I need to go ahead and use a longer screw so it can screw in to the wheelie bar mount. So I ended up using a 15 millimeter screw so this end will stick out, so I can go ahead and put a 3 millimeter nut on the end. And there you have it. This thing is not going to be coming off anytime soon. Now it's time to go ahead and remove the old wheelie bar from the old wheelie bar mount. It's held on with 4 shoulder screws. We have 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Alright, now we can go ahead and attach the wheelie bar to the new wheelie bar mount. You'll see that there are 4 pegs that are sticking out from the mount. You're just going to go ahead and line those up and reattach the 4 shoulder screws. Here's before, and here of course is after. I am finally done with this upgrade. Now if you're wondering if this upgrade is worth it, I have to say yes. It is way better constructed than the original one. This one does not latch on to the side of the chassis, so you won't see the braces from the original one pop on and off. Believe me, that's a big problem. And overall, it just holds onto the gearbox a lot better. It's a bit beat up because it is used, but it still looks so good. Thank you, Genesis RC, for this awesome donation. And that was the level 26 upgrade for Nhexus.